Communications again. And it's great to be back with all of you. You may not know me, some of you may already know me, but I'll share a little bit of who I am. I graduated from Gallaudet in 2010. I was a major in psychology, which is, of course, the best major on campus. The Department of Psychology, hands down. And I travailed the world and did all kinds of things, and I started a master's in media entrepreneurship. And I had many, many years of experience in PR and communications, film and media, and you name it. And all of that comes back to Gallaudet University. And all of it has made me a great storyteller. Gallaudet is an amazing place. I talked about working in university communications here, and I had the pleasure of working with President Bobby Cordano, and then going to BBDO and working there. And on the side, I worked for Apple and Amazon Media, Facebook, Meta, and many, many more organizations. But once again, Gallaudet is home. It's the home of storytelling. And it's made me who I am. Now, before I became a storyteller, I went through a lot of changes, and I have to tell you about that. And I have to introduce you to our president. Look at her shoes.
All for you. It's all for you.
You can't touch that. Love you, Bobby.
Oh, Storm, welcome home.
Thank you.
You know, today's theme that we'll be talking about is change. And in thinking about Gallaudet and the part that it played in your life, can you tell us more about your own journey and what that change was like for you?
I've got a number of changes that I could talk about, but there have been many milestones that I really want to share. And there was one in particular, Dr. Jane Norman, who was the founder of the Gallaudet Museum. And she had many legacy moments at the university, in university communications, and in the community and worldwide. But when I was a graduate student here, my first graduate program in counseling, at the time, I thought I was going to become a school counselor, and she saw something in me that I didn't even know. She told me that I was a filmmaker and a storyteller, and she suggested that I submit a film to the Deaf Film Festival. Now, to let you know, my undergraduate, I studied just a bit, but in graduate school, I studied quite a lot. And she lit a fire in me, which caused me to create a film that I submitted, and I had to decide whether I was going to play it safe or whether I was going to go for it. So I resigned from my graduate program to pursue my passion in filmmaking, and I was terrified to tell my parents. You know black parents don't play. You know that, right? I told my dad, and he was going to be okay, but my mom wasn't having it. My mom was having a cigarette, and I told her I was going to get a degree in media and film, and she looked at me and said, okay. And my mom said, whatever you start, make sure you finish it. And I promised her that I was going to do just that. And she put the cigarette out, and that was the light of the spark that lit the flame for me in my career. So it all started here at Gallaudet. I was in your shoes back then. And once again, the change is scary, but it comes with the power of yes. You are here, literally everyone sitting here, faculty, staff, continuing students, whomever is in this room, you are here because you said yes to Gallaudet University. That's the power of yes. And I was a part of that yes, and we're going to create more of that.
And you really talked about so many things that we all need to hear. You know, parts of our own journey that we might be going through right now, even for the campus, you know, with groups in particular, our staff, students, and faculty, and alum. I know that they're all joining in, watching us here today, and it's just really so heartening to hear the stories that you've shared with us today, Storm. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. And every one of us shares in that.
I agree. All right, with that, I think we're going to move forward in the program, and I would like to open by saying this is one of my most favorite events of the year. And the reason why I love this day in particular and the Welcome Home event is because we get to welcome you back home. We get to welcome you here. So welcome home, everyone. Welcome home. Welcome to our students, our staff, our faculty, our alumni, and our entire community. Welcome home.
And Bobby, do you know who the heart of this university is? It's our students, of course. But who leads our students? The organization. So I want to say hello to each one of them.
You know, I have to say that they are our future. And they are learning here about leadership and engagement, making the students be involved in the things that are happening here, putting their ideas into practice. And that's why we are so grateful for our student leaders who are really taking the charge of leadership. And I think the other students who are here, you can always support them and follow in that success. You know, it's important for us to remember to always welcome our new signers so that they can also be fully engaged and immersed in our community here. So welcome to our new signers.
And therefore, let me say, from the bottom of my heart, Gallaudet, there is no other place in the world like this. And I'm still here. I'm coming back after all these years. And I'll be back more. It's like the Wizard of Oz, you know? There's no place like home. You know, I wish my shoes were a little bit more buff and blue. So when I click my heels, I know it's going to take me home.
Oh, I think you're going to have to get those yellow slippers instead of the red ones. Maybe something that's similar to what I'm wearing today.
What size are you?
I'm 7'.
No, mine are too big.
Oh, thank you, Storm. Again, thank you so much. Thank you, Storm.